With Resident Evil 9 being roughly 2 months away, and Capcom still having only given us a brief glimpse into what we can expect from their latest installment of survival horror, I thought I would take a minute to discuss something that I don't think I've seen anybody bring up, especially after we got our first look at a returning hero, Leon Kennedy. But before we jump into it, if you're liking the content, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. So now that we've had the reveal of Leon for a couple weeks, and the slow drip of information coming from Capcom, there's something that has kind of stood out to me this whole time, and it may be a big nothing burger, and I may just be creating something out of thin air, but I feel like there's more to Leon having a car than what's being presented. And I know that's going to sound kind of crazy and probably kind of stupid, but hear me out. Capcom went out of their way to get the licensing for Porsche. If the car didn't play a bigger factor into the game, why would you make sure you got a name brand car for the game? I'm sure there's a lot of other products and things in the game that don't have their real life names and sponsorships and things of that nature, so why specifically Leon's car? This leads me to believe that the car is going to be featured more prominently than maybe we realize, and maybe it's part of the gameplay mechanic. Do I think that there's going to be big sections of open world where Leon's driving around and just running zombies over and flattening them in the ruins of Raccoon City? I mean, I don't really think so, but I have a feeling there's going to be sections where maybe you do have to get in the car and travel more than just in a cutscene. To what extent? I'm not sure, but I just feel like there's more to it than that. Another thing that stands out to me is how the developers said that Leon is not really made for the survival horror type aspect of the game anymore. Leon's a seasoned veteran. He made it through the events of Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 4, a few movies, and now he's back in 9. With all of Leon's experience, I find it hard to believe that he's going to show up to Raccoon City armed with nothing but a pistol. You know, the standard first weapon in any Resident Evil game, your basic handgun. If Leon shows up with just a handgun, then maybe he's not as smart as we may think he is. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to be using Leon's car as sort of a mobile armory. Maybe Leon can only carry a handgun and one other gun at a time. Maybe Capcom's going to do away with the briefcase-style inventory, which, granted, I do love, but maybe they're going to go the Red Dead and possibly Grand Theft Auto 6 route, where Leon can only realistically hold 2 weapons on his person, and he has to go back to his car, pop open the trunk, and choose from weapons he's collected or brought with him. I think this might add a little more strategy to the game, and then in multiple playthroughs, weapons you've unlocked will be stored in the back of the Porsche. I'm just trying to think of reasons why Capcom went out of their way to get licensing to use a real-life car manufacturer if it's not going to be on screen a lot and not going to play into the actual game. Why would they go through that process to spend the money for something that just shows up in cutscenes? With how secretive Capcom's been about this game and how very little we've actually been shown, I think there's more hiding in there than we realize, and there's more gameplay mechanics and more secrets to uncover, and I'm hoping when they do their little game preview in January, we get a better idea, and we'll see if this comes into play. I could be way off, but I don't know, there's just something about it that's making me think there's more to the car than just, look, Leon's got a car. They make it a point to keep showing the car in that trailer. So what do you guys think? Am I grasping at straws? Do you think there's something to it? Does the car play more of a role in the gameplay, or do you think Capcom just wanted Leon to drive a Porsche, so they put up the money to get the rights to put Porsche in the game? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know what you guys think, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.